And welcome to our very first segment of Ask a Supervisor, sponsored by Clinical Buddy, doing all things to help support you on your path to licensure. So, do you ever have questions that you feel really silly asking in a group supervision or even one on one with your supervisor? Post them here. I'm happy to answer them. So, I'm going to start with a question today that I get a lot about emotional support animals. Is it a good idea to write a letter for our clients? If we want to, how do we do that? And what other things should we be thinking through? So, the requirement in California is that you meet with a client for about a 30-day period before you are allowed to write them a letter. And that is to help you do a really good clinical evaluation on if you think an emotional support animal would best support your treatment plan and their long term goals. So, while you're doing your evaluation, while you're talking with them, think about the diagnosis you've given them, the treatment plan, and if an emotional support animal would help meet those goals. So, we're getting great new research on how emotional support animals can help reduce anxiety and depression. Just the movement of petting an animal can be really grounding, or listening to the frequency of a cat's purr can help regulate our breathing and help us calm down. But there's also some evidence that it may be useful for people with depression. Having a reason to get out of bed because your dog or cat won't stop crying for breakfast can sometimes help motivate us to get up and take care of someone else, even if we're struggling to take care of ourselves. So there are a lot of great arguments for ESAs. We just want to talk through and make sure we're helping our clients pick the best ESA for them and for where they're at in their physical and mental health. So, for example, if you are having back problems, or maybe you live on a third or fourth story walk up, or maybe you can't get out and go on walks every day, a 300-pound mastiff or a very big active husky might be a big challenge for our clients. So, we might want to help them think through what kind of animal could they take care of that won't cause more problems or potentially losing out on a great residential situation. So, talk through this with your clients, make sure it's really in their best interest. And then, if you write them a letter, make sure to include the state you're in because it has to be in the same state as the client. You also need to include your license number, and then you want to discuss that you recommend this based on your clinical assessment as supporting their treatment plan. Make sure client's okay with everything you put in this letter. I like to write the letter to my clients specifically so they can disclose it themselves to who they would like to. And so far, that's been really productive. They can also help me clarify if there's any information in there that they don't want released. And in addition, we can get a release of information just to make sure they're protected. So, if you have any questions about this or anything else, post it below. If you're a supervisor and I left out a detail you want to add on, please do. Thank you for joining me, and I'm so excited to answer all the questions coming my way.